Good evening. You're now with me, Andy Gui, for TVS Nightline, and here are the headlines for tonight. Sarawak is advancing its energy ambitions with a key initiative set to boost economic growth. Deputy Prime Minister ZAHID embarks on an official visit to Indonesia to deepen bilateral cooperation with a key focus on education and TVET collaboration. A brief Easter truce was declared in the Ukraine conflict amid mounting pressure from the US for a ceasefire. The Sarawak Gas Roadmap SGR Master Plan has entered its final stage, positioning itself as the strategic driver of the region's economic growth over the next 5 years. The announcement was made by Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Opang, following a courtesy call to Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim during a special Sarawak State Development meeting held at Wisma Bapa Malaysia on Saturday.
According to Abang Johari, this demonstrates the federal government's commitment and confidence in Sarawak's future planning in the energy sector, particularly in the development of high-impact natural gas infrastructure.
Apa yang berlaku sekarang, dia kata kerajaan Sarawak telah melaksanakan projek yang baik, betul lah, track di mana kita menggunakan dana kita membangunkan infrastruktur jalan raya, bekalan air dan elektrik. Ini telah dipuji oleh beliau, dan perkara kedua ialah cancer center. Yang ketiganya ialah beliau memberi insentif kepada Bank Pembangunan Sarawak dalam kita membiayai projek-projek kepada pembangunan infrastruktur.
He said this when met by reporters at the program Sanduni Desa, organised by the Federal Rural and Regional Development Deputy Minister Datuk Rubiah Wang with the Community in Sarawak 2025 held at Dewan Suara Kota Samarahan on Sunday. In addition, Abang Johari also revealed that the state government is actively planning 2 mega projects that have the potential to become catalysts for Sarawak's economic growth, namely the construction of a deep-sea port approximately 8 kilometres from the coastline, as well as a new airport in Tanjung Ambang.
Dan ia memberi impak kepada kawasan inilah, Samarahan, dan juga khususnya Asajaya dan kawasan seluruh pesisir.
When asked whether the federal government would provide funds for the implementation of the project, Abang Johari said the matter was not discussed. However, he stated clearly that although the state government is open to receiving financial assistance from the federal government for these projects, but Sarawak already has its own capital to carry them out. Abang Johari also informed that the planning for these mega projects is now in its final phase, with only minor final adjustments needed.
More or less ada adjustment lah dengan keadaan. Tapi mari saya ada shownya master plan dah atas platform adjustment dengan keadaan. Tapi si banyak adjustment. Kerana ya dah more or less concrete plan.
Over 5,000 guests from diverse communities attended the Hari Raya Aidilfitri Open House ceremony in Kota Samarahan, organised by Sarawak Deputy Rural and Regional Development Minister Datuk Rubiah Wang. The ceremony held at the Kota Samarahan Civic Centre was also attended by the Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Opang. During the ceremony, various traditional Hari Raya food was prepared as part of the collaboration efforts by agencies under the Ministry of Rural and Regional Development (KKDW). Ceremony was also graced with a prize-giving ceremony for the Betuntong contest in conjunction with the Ramadan and Hari Raya Aidilfitri celebration presented by Abang Johari. Tanjung Bundong Tradisi Village was awarded the champion of the competition and brought home a cash prize of 5,000 ringgit alongside certificate of participation. Second place was won by Mount Tradisi Village, which received 3,000 ringgit, while third place belonged to Stakam Melayu Village with a prize of 2,000 ringgit. Also present were Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dr. Ahmad Dr. Sim Kui Hian, and Minister of Tourism, Creative Industries and the Performing Arts Sarawak, Dr. Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah.
University Malaysia Sarawak UNIMAS is reinforcing its position as a regional leader in medical education and research through the upcoming UNIMAS Cadaver Workshop 2025, which will unite participants from local and international institutions for hands-on cadaveric training. Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dr. Amar Dr. Sim Kui Hian, emphasized that despite the growing adoption of AI, in-person workshops like this remain crucial for fostering a deeper medical understanding.
In addition, he said that participants also gain hands-on experience with advanced equipment and real-world case simulations, along with sessions on implant technology, complex ear diseases, and surgical innovations. He was speaking at the opening ceremony of the UNIMAS Cadaver Workshop 2025 on Sunday.
It's part of Sarawak nation building as well as Sarawak contribution and networking collaboration to the ASEAN neighbors, and this how it is, And the workshop, right, even the last done in 2019, but it is quite interesting that it is not just medical education, not just research, and not just creating awareness. Yes, in this modern day and age, in which they are rapidly evolving all the AI, and despite all the AIs, and we still need to hands-on workshop, like a cadaveric and so on.
Dr. Sim, who is also the Minister for Public Health, Housing and Local Government, said the course marks a significant milestone with expanded collaboration involving international academic partners and research focused on the ear, nose and throat, ENT, integrating hands-on surgical practice and expert-led discussions. The program, he added, fosters knowledge exchange and professional collaboration among ENT specialists across Southeast Asia.
The Sarawak government has allocated 3 billion ringgit over the next 5 years to implement various holistic educational initiatives across the state. Deputy Minister for Education, Innovation and Talent Development, Dr. Anwar Pai, said the allocation includes full tuition coverage at 4 Sarawak-owned higher education institutions and a living allowance of 15,000 ringgit per year for eligible students.
Seperti Premier kita yang mempunyai visi yang sanggup. Kami orang berbincang, kita tu dapat mesti beri duit banyak tu. Tapi Premier Mada, jangan susah hati, kita laksanakan, duit kita mesti kerja kuat untuk cari duitnya. Supaya pastikan anak-anak kita dapat pendidikan yang terbaik.
He said this during the Ministry of Education, Innovation and Talent Development's Hari Raya celebration at Darrow Community Hall on Sunday, and also called on all parties, especially parents and teachers, to play their role in ensuring Sarawak students meet academic qualifications required for free education opportunities. Currently, more than 5,000 students are enrolled at UTS, a sharp increase from about 1,000 previously, driven by tuition fee reductions of up to 50%. Most of the increase involves Bumi-Putra students. The state's education aid eligibility assessment now considers households per capita income rather than traditional classifications like B40 or M40. This enables more families from various backgrounds to benefit, including pocket money allocations of 1,200 ringgit a year per student.
Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi is on an official visit to Indonesia starting today until April 22nd, aimed at strengthening bilateral ties between the two countries. Wisma Putra in a statement said Zahid is scheduled to pay a courtesy call on Indonesian Vice President Gibran Rakabuming. The meeting will focus on exploring collaboration opportunities, particularly in education, with an emphasis on technical and vocational education and training, or TVET. Discussions are also expected to touch on the halal industry, rural development and disaster management. This visit follows the state visit by Indonesian President Joko Widodo to Malaysia in January 2025, highlighting the continued close cooperation between both nations. ZAHID, who also serves as Minister of Rural and Regional Development, will officiate the ASEAN Unity Drive 2025 send-off ceremony at the Malaysian Embassy in Jakarta. Wisma Putra says the visit serves as a platform to enhance bilateral cooperation, address regional challenges, and strengthen future collaboration on shared interests. ZAHID is also scheduled to attend a roundtable session and hold talks with key players in Indonesia's franchise industry. Additionally, he will witness the exchange of 3 letters of intent, including 2 TVET partnerships between University Kuala Lumpur Uni KL and the provincial governments of Jakarta and West Sumatra. He will also witness the signing of an MOU between Education Malaysia Global Services and West Sumatra Provincial Government focusing on higher education. For the record, Indonesia is Malaysia's 6th largest trading partner globally and the 2nd largest within ASEAN. In 2024, bilateral trade reached 116.29 billion ringgit, a 4.5% increase from 111.21 billion ringgit in 2023. Russian President Vladimir Putin had announced a temporary Easter truce in the Ukraine conflict, which began on Saturday evening and lasted until midnight on Sunday. The short-term ceasefire proposal from Moscow comes amid pressure from the US President Donald Trump, who has been urging both Russia and Ukraine to agree to a truce. However, Trump has so far been unsuccessful in securing any substantial concessions from the Kremlin.
Руководствуясь гуманитарными соображениями, сегодня с 18:00 часов до 00 часов с воскресенья на понедельник российская сторона объявляет пасхальное перемирие. Приказываю на этот период остановить все боевые действия. Исходим из того, что украинская сторона последует.
Putin's order to halt all combat over the Easter weekend came after months of efforts by US President Donald Trump to get Moscow and Kiev to agree to a ceasefire. On Friday, Washington even threatened to withdraw from talks if no progress was made. Russia on Friday abandoned a moratorium on striking Ukrainian energy targets after each side accused the other of breaking a supposed deal without any formal agreement put in place. According to Putin, the latest truce proposal will show how sincere is the Kyiv regime's readiness, its desire and ability to observe agreements and participate in the process of peace talks. Previous attempts at holding ceasefires for Easter in April 2022 and Orthodox Christmas in January 2023 were not implemented after both sides failed to agree on them. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. For more headlines anytime, anywhere, just head on to our official website at tvsarawak.my or follow us on our social media platforms. Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Handy Gui. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.